The world thinks it understands the Russia-Ukraine war. But what if I told you the real conflict is not about territory, not about borders, not even about Ukraine itself? What if the real war is a silent global power struggle where Russia, Ukraine, the United States, NATO, and China are all making moves that ordinary people never see? Today, we're going deeper than news headlines, into the shadows, where nations make decisions that shape decades, where alliances crack, where power shifts, and where history quietly rewrites itself. This is not just a story about a battlefield. It is a story about a world order on the edge. Let's start on the ground. In eastern Ukraine, near the city of Pokrovsk, Russia launched one of its biggest mechanized assaults in months. Tanks, armored vehicles, infantry, an entire offensive that looked like an attempt to break the stalemate. But despite exhaustion, shortages, and nearly 4 years of non-stop fighting, Ukraine held the line. They absorbed the impact, pushed Russian forces back, and proved once again that they refuse to break. But this wasn't just a battle. It was a message. Russia wanted to show the world that it is far from done. Ukraine wanted to prove it is far from defeated. And NATO, watching closely, felt something it hasn't felt in years: fear. Within hours, NATO leaders raised alarms. The Secretary General warned, if Ukraine falls, NATO could be next. That single sentence sent shockwaves across Europe. Countries like Poland, Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia immediately intensified their military preparations. Billions invested in defense, new missile systems, more troops, new alliances. For decades, Europe believed large-scale war was impossible. But Russia shattered that illusion. NATO knows something the public doesn't. Russia is preparing for a long confrontation, one that could eventually move beyond Ukraine's borders. But NATO cannot confront Russia alone. It needs the United States. And that's where the situation becomes deeply complicated. The US is currently fighting two wars. The first is overseas, supporting Ukraine, reinforcing NATO, and trying to maintain America's global leadership.